All right, party people. So this is my transformation story. This is how I went from feeling ashamed and trapped in a fat suit, weighing in at 308 pounds, to feeling proud and liberated, weighing in at about 245 in 5 months. And then now I've been able to sustain that for 15 years at 225. And so I'm going to tell you a little secret. I really don't like sharing this story. You see, it's a little embarrassing to admit it. I used to weigh over 300 pounds. However, my hope is in sharing my story is to inspire and motivate you and maybe even your friends to become your best physically and mentally. I want you to look and feel awesome again. And maybe you'll feel awesome or better for the first time. I don't know. So as you, I guess, listen to my story, I'm going to tell you how and more importantly, why I went from a 308-pound offensive lineman to a 225-pound fit personal trainer who's both an effort provider and father. And I didn't have to sacrifice my family or live in the gym to do it. So anyway, I grew up as a fat kid. My mom would say I was husky. But truth behold, I was pretty huge. I mean, really big. When I was in third grade, I weighed in at 225 pounds. And that's what I weigh now. But now I'm 6'2" and I have way more muscle. Or at least I like to think so. But probably just like you, I knew I had a weight problem. It wasn't a secret. Like people could orbit around me, okay? Plus, every stinking time I looked in the mirror, I saw this blob staring back at me, and I absolutely hated it. I felt like I was wearing a fat suit, and it made me extremely embarrassed. What I saw in the mirror wasn't what I envisioned myself, isn't how I saw myself. I felt like I was looking at a stranger. I hated going to the pool. But unfortunately, that pain wasn't enough. I just loved eating so much. Eating made me happy. It made me feel content. I was able to deal with stress and suppress my guilt and shame as long as I was eating, right? As long as I was eating, I was happy. And unfortunately, my love affair with food only grew, and so did my waistline. Now, I always loved working out, but I hated dieting. I was the stereotypical fat, strong guy. And I wasn't disciplined enough. I didn't have enough accountability or structured plan built for me that I could follow. So fast forward to college, I weighed in at 208 pounds. And the turning point for me was my senior year in college. I was playing Tiger Woods golf, studying for a midterm, watching ESPN, and the anchor in ESPN said that 50% of college and NFL linemen who get to over 300 pounds, who didn't lose the weight within the first 2 years, ended up dying at the age of about 55 from heart-related issues. That scared the crap out of me. And it was then and there that basically I decided I was not going to be a part of that statistic, and I was going to lose the weight once the football season was over. And you see, I was terrified that I would become one of those bleacher dads, the ones who play with their kids by sitting on the bleachers or the sofa. I didn't want any part of that. I wanted to be an active and cool dad, right? A dad who's able to have a good body while not neglecting my family or my work. And I guess to be real honest, my blood pressure was so high that I was put on medication at the age of 22. Not proud of that. Plus, I did not go on one single date my entire college year, and I was co-captain of the college football team. Needless to say, I hated how I looked and how I felt. And I kept making kind of the same basic mistakes that I see a lot of our clients make. I had this all or nothing mindset that basically said, oops, I slipped up and I had a donut. Screw it, I'm going to eat the whole box. And then I'd be like, I felt so guilty about eating the box of donuts, I'd order a pizza, right? Or even better, I thought, like, if I can't do it alone or figure out how to do this on my own, I'm an idiot, I'm a failure. And that mindset really inhibited me. But the most expensive mistake I made was I spent thousands, and yes, thousands of dollars on every magic pill or fat loss supplement that you could possibly imagine. And I also fell in the trap of thinking I had to spend hours in the gym working out. I would spend 2 to 3 hours every day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week working out. But my biggest mistake was I didn't know what to eat or how much to eat. This kind of led into eating swings. I would eat only meat. I would starve myself, and then I would binge with thousands of calories. It was a terrible little cycle. Maybe you can relate to that. But finally, at the age of 24, after my last snap in November, I decided I needed change, and with the help, support, and accountability of my family and friends, I did just that. I started tracking my calories, getting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, eating mainly whole foods, and then I created a plan based on my current body weight of 308, and I stuck with it and was consistent and got down to 225. Kind of the same system we've used with our clients. I perform resistance training 3 to 4 times a week for about 30 to 40 minutes. Less is more. Trust me on that. There's lots and lots of research that shows that. And plus I consumed every piece of literature you could possibly find about losing weight and working out. I literally just couldn't get enough. And to be honest, I'm still that way. I'm just addicted because it's something I love. More importantly, I learned how to stumble, get help, laugh, and then continue in the fight with a smile on my face. I embraced imperfection, and as a result, within the first 3 months post-football, I went from 308 to 265 in 2 months, and then 2 months after that, I was down to 245. So I went from 308 to 245 in 5 months. And it was during this time I also had to do student teaching, which was about 4 hours away from where my college was. And this meant nobody really saw me until I had lost a total of 63 pounds. So when I returned to campus, I felt like a hero, okay? It was crazy. All my coaches and professors couldn't believe it. I got so many compliments, and one of my secret crushes on the girls' basketball team even said I looked great. I was literally on cloud 9. Plus, I felt so much better, and I was able to get off the blood pressure meds. But here's the thing. The story doesn't end there, right? I then took a teaching job, teaching English in South Korea, and I was able to get down to my goal weight of 225, which is where I currently sit, 230, 225. And then I finally got the nerve to go on a date with another teacher named Beth. And long story short, we are married. We have 3 awesome kids. Plus, guess what? I'm not dead. My blood pressure is still low, and I'm not a bleacher dad. I'm able to run and get on the trampoline and play with my kids and do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu even at the age of 40. So was dropping all that weight easy? No. But I was extremely blessed to have a very clear why, which fueled my motivation. Not only did I know what I wanted to do, lose weight, I also knew why I wanted to do it. Not die, be present and available to my kids and eventually my grandkids. And here is the fitness secret, okay? Understanding why you're doing something is going to make all the difference in the world. So often, I listen to potential clients talk about what they want, and they hardly ever talk about why they want it. It's so important to discover and understand what your why is. Identifying your true why is probably the hardest part. Often people don't want to think about it or think it is a waste of time. They just don't want to jump. They just want to jump to the how. What's the workout plan? What's the diet plan? That sort of thing. The only problem with this thought process is that you can have the best hows in the world, but without a true why, you will likely quit within a month, just like I did countless of times before. But once I discovered my why, I got some accountability, I broke that cycle, and so can you. So I guess in closing, if this inspired you in any way, do this right now, all right? Write down and think about what your why is, put it in paper, and put it someplace where you're gonna see it, okay? And that's gonna reinforce this mindset so that you can not only change for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, but you can change for the rest of your life. I have been able to not only lose the weight from 308 to 225, I have kept it off since 2008. And it is, when the filming of this is 2023. Okay, if I can do it, addicted to food, binge eating, you can too. I believe in you. And if you have any questions, comments, my team and I will always help. So if you need help with your macros, a workout plan, whatever it is, just let us know, okay? Go and be awesome. Bye.